hectic, it's going to be get what you can get. And there must be some appreciation for analysing a kata like this, analysing movements, analysing the applications. All we're doing is that, right? It's not a real fight. It's us having some fun with the movements, because in the real fight you want it to be over very, very quickly. But it is fun, and that's the point, right? We're involved in the martial arts, and we love our martial arts, so we keep looking and we keep searching, and maybe we find something that we think, yeah, actually I'm going to train that until the day where I get it every single time, and maybe we don't. Right? So you haven't got to be the greatest wrist lock person in the world. You just got to try some, see if they're for you, and if they are for you, great, and if they're not, move on, forget it. But this is the joy of it, right? As long as your grading doesn't rely on it, then it's just about exploration and enjoyment of the art. So let's take a look at a really, really simple one. If we come to a position where I want to lock the wrist, first thing is I have to create a base, right? If you don't create a base and he just manages to slide that hand away, and you haven't got a really good lock. So I'm going to use my body, although my arm kind of provides a base if it's coming up underneath. I'm going to use my body to base it on. That means that if I let the arm go like this, it's slipping away, there's no base, or I've got to work harder to make a base. I need the angle to be into my body, so it's a 45-degree in and down. If I make it too square, it's at risk of slipping up, and if I make it too high, it's at risk of slipping down. So I'm going to go for that 45 degrees. I'm going to create a little bit of tummy tension there to push against the limb, so that as we come to there, we set it. Now, once we've got that idea that we're creating the base, we need to know that I'm not going to sit here on the wrist. That's going to try to compress the joint, and it's just too much hard work. I'm also not going to be half a mile down on the fingers, because I'm going to slip off for a start, we're going to be sweaty and all the rest of it. Right? So it's not going to be down there. Instead, I'm going to go over the hand and take on the simplest lever the place where it doesn't bend, so the knuckle that's at the furthest end from the wrist, right? So not here in the middle of the hand, but over onto that furthest point on the straight line. If I go over that to another bend, then I've got another angle that I've got to try and cope and compensate for. So not here, just there, and that's where we put the pressure on. Okay, so that gives us a simple positioning like this, and if we see that with no partner, it looks like that. Okay, so that gives us a simple application for the start of Jion Jite Jin, and we're coming to here like this. And it's one of those things where you say, well, how did you obtain it? That's the part that doesn't really matter. It's just you train lots and lots of different ways to obtain it. Could it be that he pushes me in the chest, I move off to the side like this and capture it? Could it be that the big hook punch comes in, we take that over the top and bring this in, set it down here like this and capture it? Could it be that he grabs my wrist and that we're going to pull that off to here, bring it in and capture it? Could it be that he's onto a lapel grab, we strike into here, pull the arm across, bring this up to here and capture it? We could go on, couldn't we? The point is, you get to that position. And that's all that kata does for us, is give us that proof sheet of this position is really important. You need to already know the context of it.